Sir, you can start it off now. Who is comparing?
Okay. Yes, sir. Anchoring is doing. Yes, ma'am. You start now. Open the. Start.
Hi, hello, good morning to all. Accordingly, welcome to celebrate the World Entrepreneurship Day. I am Naina from first year MBA. I welcome you all to this colorful event. At the outset, respected Chairman Mr. Muniappa, respected CED Dr. Shashidhar Muniappa, respected Principal Dr. Nageshwara M. Gupta, today's speaker Sandhya Ma'am from Sindhi Institute of Management, HOD Sir of MBA Department, all faculty of SVCE and participate. Now I would like to request our Principal Sir for August gathering in this occasion. Okay, thank you, sir. May I request our HOD to speak about few words for webinar?
Yeah. Very good morning to all of you. Very good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
You. Yeah. At the outset, I welcome you all, our chief guest and our faculty members and our all the participants. And in this occasion, and see today the topic on paradigm shift in Indian entrepreneurship. So here the madam, Dr. Sandhya madam, she is going to talk about entrepreneurship. So before going to that, entrepreneurship, it is very, very important in all the area. So entrepreneurship is all about generating ideas and executing those ideas and processing into ideas in their business so that they are earning profit. So entrepreneurship, so there are different types of entrepreneurship is there. So like innovative entrepreneurship, imitative entrepreneurship, and motivational entrepreneurship. So like there are different types of entrepreneurship are there. So in this, everyone has to take part in that. Everyone has to take risk, and then only they'll become a successful entrepreneur. Regarding this, so our ma'am is going to give a lot of inputs, so which will enlighten to all the participants. So I hope for that. Thank you. I wish you all the best for this event. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I would request to Chandana to introduce today's speaker.
Good morning to one and all present here. My name is Chandana from first year MBA. I take privilege to read the profile about the Dr. N. Sandhya ma'am. She is a professor in Sindhi Institution of Management in Bangalore. She is managing the partners of researching consulting Agmasha Consulting LLP in Bangalore. Dr. N. Sandhya ma'am is a graduated in law in Bangalore University. She is recipient in Karnataka State Government Award for securing 10th rank in PUC examination from MSc College in Bangalore. She holds a post-graduation diploma in Bangalore University and she holds a master degree in Madurai Kamaraju University. Dr. N. Sandhya ma'am as practicing as a educator at Bangalore for 5 years and handling a civil and labor matters. Dr. N. Sandhya has a academic experience for 24 years in teaching. She has preceding several papers in various consultancy, HR in national and international configurations. Dr. N. Sandhya ma'am authorized 2 textbooks in business law and Indian society. Dr. N. Sandhya ma'am is a life member of NIPM and she has held a position like HOD of MBA program and principal for degree and Examination Controller at Nagarjuna College of Engineering and Technology. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Chandana. Now I request Dr. M. Sandhya ma'am to take this session. Ma'am, now over to you.
So, good afternoon to everyone. Am I audible?
Ma'am, you are
Yes,
audible
ma'am.
and you can share the screen, ma'am.
Sure. Okay. So today we'll all talk about, let us have some understanding about emerging trends in Indian entrepreneurship. So I would like to take you to what is the present scenario in India and how entrepreneurship is undergoing a sea wave change. So I think first I would talk, then we will reserve time for questions. Would that be fine? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Continue, ma'am.
So I need not define entrepreneurship, all that stuff. It's already known to you. So I have just put one quote here. Entrepreneurship is about turning what excites you in life into capital so that you can do more of it and move forward with it. So what is your understanding? Any of the students? Can you just say, what do you get from this quote? What's your understanding about this? Students, please do interact. It will be interesting if you interact. Okay, fine. So it says entrepreneurship is about turning what excites you in life. Means what is your passion? What is your dream? You convert it to business. So this is one of, a different kind of definition or a different kind of understanding on entrepreneurship. So which also gives us the reason why people prefer to become entrepreneurs. Sometimes you might not have might not have decided to become an entrepreneur. You might have taken up some other career, some other job, but sometimes what is your excitement, what is your zeal, your enthusiasm that pushes you towards entrepreneurship. That's why I go with the statement, entrepreneurs are not born but they are made. Many times it is the situation which makes them the entrepreneurs, and quite often the zeal, the enthusiasm which they have, they delve into it and then they work hard towards it and then they convert it into business. So with these opening quotes, I would like to take you all further to the present trends. So present trends in the sense, what are the emerging trends? What is the paradigm shift? when compared to 20 years back, now lot of changes in business. So how business is changing, how entrepreneurs and the concept of entrepreneurship itself is undergoing changes. All this we are going to examine in brief. We are going to discuss about this in a brief manner. So, as the future of work is changing, we need to find new ways to create work. So, this statement itself, I'll repeat it. As the future of work is changing, we need to find new ways to create work. So, the present technology is different. The work structures are different. Certain traditional works which were there in olden days, those kind of works or those kind of jobs are not there. So, definitely when lot of changes are going in the structure of work, we need to create new types of work, which means that new kinds of business should come into existence. New types of services, new types of products are required. So let us start with the points. That is, I would like to say, what are the changes in entrepreneurship and why are they happening? We will club both together. So what are the changes which are happening in the field of entrepreneurship and why these changes are happening? The first and foremost changes increase in the number of startups. So today more and more people are coming forward to do business. So earlier, maybe probably 2 decades back, it was something like doing a business means you need lot of money, you should know lot of people, you should have good contacts, otherwise you cannot click in the business. And people were also not respecting the small scale entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurship was considered as like something like, which was to be done, a venture which was to be done only by rich people or only people who are financially sound. So today that concept, that myth has disappeared. we can say that there is the first trend, the first paradigm shift is an increase in the number of startups. So today we have a lot of startup companies which are coming up. Of course, survival of these companies, it depends on the caliber of the entrepreneurs and many other factors. But definitely one can say that the number of business ventures, the number of ventures which are coming up in India are definitely more. That is because we have the Startup India scheme, and the present government is laying lot of impetus. It is giving lot of importance to the concept of entrepreneurship, which has resulted in a more number of startups. If I can say in 2019 also almost 1800, 2019, 20 affected by COVID. But towards the end of 19, we had almost 1800 startups in India. And then going by the statistics, India ranks third in the global list of startups, followed by USA and UK. So the first and foremost trend, the first shift, paradigm shift, sorry, which is observed in the field of entrepreneurship is increase in the number of entrepreneurs. More and more people are coming forward to start businesses. And then second trend we can observe is change in the mindset of youngsters. Today youngsters have lot of potential. They have enormous potential. You talk to any engineering graduates, many of them say they would like to become an entrepreneur. Youngsters are thinking out of the box. Many are no longer just thinking of taking up a job in a company and settling. Maybe 10-15 years back, the trend was that the youngsters, they wanted to get a good job, they wanted to get good marks and then get a good job, settle well in a company. But today youngsters have a different mindset. They are more adventurous. They want to do many things on their own. They have lot of enthusiasm, and consequently they are also encouraged by their parents. They are also encouraged by the society to take up new ventures. So here is a list of certain entrepreneurs which have taken up entrepreneurship at a young age itself. Please go through this. Hello? Can it be seen?
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So we have so many entrepreneurs who have become entrepreneurs. So many youngsters who have become entrepreneurs. I mean, they have started their business in 2011. This age is when they started the business. What was their age? That is put here. Hello? Hello? I hear some disturbance. Please mute. Shall I move on to the next slide?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
So it's further continued. These are some more young entrepreneurs.
Other students.
So this list is again not comprehensive. I have only put a few well-known young entrepreneurs, it is who have become entrepreneurs, who have started a new venture at young age. So this definitely indicates, and again I'm telling, there are many unlisted, there are many which have not come to our notice. There may be many entrepreneurs who are operating on a small scale, young entrepreneurs operating on a small scale. Anyway, we do not have comprehensive statistics regarding this, but I have shared with you only who are the well-known entrepreneurs. So yet another trend in entrepreneurship is young entrepreneurs coming up to business. So the first trend was increase in the number of entrepreneurs, and second trend or second paradigm shift what we have observed is increase in the number of young entrepreneurs. And the third trend what we can observe is increase in women entrepreneurs. So for your kind information, there are 8 million women entrepreneurs in India itself. As you all know, government is also encouraging women entrepreneurship to a great extent. In a country like India, which attaches different or distinct status to women. So today we find that there is a paradigm shift. There is a lot of changes. in the role of the women. They are no longer confined to the household. You can see women in all areas. So they are also assertive of their rights. Similarly, even in the field of entrepreneurship, we find lot of women who have come up. And then here is a list of leading entrepreneurs. You can just go through this. Falguni Nair, founder of Nykaa. Just please go through this. So which becomes evident from this that lot of women are there in the field of entrepreneurship. Once you say okay, I'll move on to the next slide.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's continued here. Few more entrepreneurs, women leading entrepreneurs.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. So again, this list is not comprehensive. A few leading entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs names have been included here. And again, I would like to say, in a country like India, women entrepreneurship is something special because culture-wise, we were different and we find there is a transformation today in India's culture and women are coming up. And all these days, women being almost near to 50% of the population, many years I can say, for many years, women, the capacities of women were not identified, the capability of women were not identified, and like they were idle, like they were not able to contribute to the national income. They were confined just to the household role. So today, because of our change in our way of thinking, change in culture, government encouragement, all this have made women entrepreneurs come up. No matter whatever may be the small scale on which they are operating. I'm not telling that all women are operating on a bigger scale. Women entrepreneurs definitely have a lot of problems. I agree. But in spite of it, it's a fact to be appreciated that they are coming forward to take up new ventures. So that is definitely one more encouraging thing, one more aspect to be welcome in the field of entrepreneurship. That is more number of women entrepreneurs coming to business. This is yet another paradigm shift. And then today, as we all know, any business is technology driven. So digital technology is given a lot of importance. So today when you go out, you don't have to carry cash. If you have a phone, that is enough. Paytm, Google Pay, there are so many ways of making payments. So this digital technology is extensively used in different kinds of businesses. I can say almost in service sectors, sitting at home, you can book a room, you can book your air ticket, you can do any kind of activity. And similarly, online education has become popular. Sitting at home, you can attend classes. That's what you people did, in fact, during the COVID during the COVID period. So we can see that yet another emerging trend in the area of entrepreneurship is the technology driven business. More and more entrepreneurs are tech savvy and they are using technology. In fact, we can say that there is a transformation in the way in which business is being done. We can see even the street vendors are using Paytm. They have the provision, Google Pay, Phone Pay, you can make. Even the street vendors, the pani puri walas and the vegetable sellers, some of them may not even be literate. Sometimes or quite often they call their children or whoever is having the phone, they call them and ensure whether the payment is made or not. Still they are using the digital technology. They don't want to send their consumers back saying that there is no provision for digital payment. So to that extent, the business, Indian entrepreneurship has become technology driven entrepreneurship. So we can say, we can find that healthcare consultation. In fact, during the COVID period, when people had issues, there were many helpline centers and people could take treatment at home by consulting the doctors. So all this was possible through digital technology. And then online gaming. So again, during COVID period, I can say children could not go out and play online gaming. They developed and they started, that's how they started spending their time. So there were so many ventures which were related to online gaming. So this is how we could see that extensively digital technology is being used in Indian business today. So the scenario is like you just have a phone, that is enough. It's like having a person with you. You can book tickets, you can book your air ticket, or you can sitting in one part of the city, you can some other city, if you want to go, you can book a room in advance. So you can do anything and everything with the help of digital technology. So that kind of service providers are found in our economy. So definitely I would like to stress on the aspect that today entrepreneurship in India is totally technology driven business. Yes. And then the next thing is legal procedures. Earlier, starting a business was really a difficult thing. If you had to register a company, it was really a difficult task. Lot of procedures had to be followed, and several times you had to follow it up with the government, and people were worried like about the procedures, the tough procedure for registration. But today, you can register your business maybe as a limited liability partnership or as company or even one man company, whatever it is. You have Ministry of Corporate Affairs, that is one portal which is available. So in Ministry of Corporate Affairs, you can just by giving your information online, you'll just have to feed your fundamental documents, upload your documents like Aadhaar, PAN card, etc. And if these details and some other details, your personal details, all these are filled, you can easily, and your name, you have to identify a name for your organization. If this is approved, half of your job is done. So I can say probably within 15 to 20 days, you can register your business. So legal procedures are not that complex compared to earlier days. So anything you can do easily by sitting at home. You don't have to have any agents also. For your kind information, for registration of LLP, Limited Liability Partnership, I hope you are aware of it. Limited Liability Partnership, it is like a company only, but the rules are not as rigid as company for operating the business. And you can easily, and limited liability partnership is an advantage also over regular kind of partnership, because partnership need not be registered, but for limited liability partnership, registration is compulsory. But the procedure for registration is very easy. So it costs you hardly around 8,000 to 9,000 rupees. MCA portal, you can pay the fees, you can fill your details within 15 days, 15 to 20 days, you will get your incorporation certificate. So it is made that simple. So this is one of the encouraging factors. Because of legal procedures, many people are able to start business. And of course, thanks to the government for introducing this kind of technology. So today, yet another trend is simple legal procedures for the startup ventures. That's what we are, another change which we are finding in the field of entrepreneurship. Then varied techniques for fundraising. So traditionally, you might have studied in books, nationalized banks have various schemes. We have various financial institutions for supporting the entrepreneurs. So this is all very common. But today, in addition to this, conventional ways of fundraising, new techniques have emerged. Crowdfunding sites. Anybody aware of the fact what is crowdfunding? Yes. Can any student, have you heard of crowdfunding? Any students? Hello? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So crowdfunding is generating funds from the general public. From the, that's what here it is mentioned as crowd. So today, this kind of technique has given rise to formation of new websites itself. We have lot of crowdfunding sites in India. A few of them are mentioned here: Kickstarter, Wishberry, Indiegogo, Fundable. So these are a few crowdfunding sites which helps a startup, which helps a beginner, which helps a startup venturist to raise funds. So further it is continued here. Catapult, Meetup, Crowdera, these are all certain these are all certain websites which are helping in raising crowdfunding. So getting funds is not that difficult. Of course, your fund requirement is very heavy, then it may be difficult. But if it is, let us say, 50 lakhs to 1 crore, it is not that difficult, because you have varied techniques of financing. You need not only depend on the bank, because banks will ask for a lot of formalities. Rather, if you go for these kind of fundings, funding your venture and starting a venture will be easier. And then another aspect is funding by leading entrepreneurs. I don't know if many of some of you have watched Shark Tank India. Has anyone? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am, we have watched.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. There you might have seen how leading entrepreneurs, if they are convinced by the, sorry. So if leading entrepreneurs, if they are convinced by the business ideas of the entrepreneurs, they will provide fund. They ask, of course, a lot of questions. They also find out what would be the expected revenue, all this, and then only they invest. But this pattern, earlier we had it in US and then UK, and it has come to India also. And Sony TV telecasted certain episodes. It was like live. Now the link is available in YouTube. So management students, please watch it. You will understand, you will get to know many things regarding the concept of feasibility and how you have to justify your business. All these things you will get to know by watching this. So this is one typical system we have, where the funds are provided by leading entrepreneurs to small businesses. Of course, the amount of fund which you can raise with this kind of arrangement, it is less. It will not exceed 1 crore. But then at least there is a provision for small entrepreneurs to raise fund with this method. So the typical feature, the trend what we are witnessing is funding of small businesses by leading entrepreneurs. And then yet another trend what we can observe is increase in acquisitions and mergers. So acquisitions and mergers have become an order of the day. Now start their venture, they'll work for, hello?
Yes, madam.
Yeah. 1 second. Screen sharing. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am, we can
Yes, ma'am.
see.
Miss.
Second. Yeah. Yeah. So the small, sorry for the interruption. When the small startups, they start their business, they'll be progressing well. Sometimes the big entrepreneurs, they feel that they face a competition from the small entrepreneurs. So in order to avoid this competition, quite often they acquire the small scale entrepreneurs. And sometimes the startups themselves, they may feel that it is difficult for them to expand further. They don't mind going for merger or acquisition. But all in such cases, definitely there is lot of benefit for the startup entrepreneurs. When the startup firm is acquired by a bigger company, or when it is merged with a bigger company, definitely substantial financial benefits are offered to the person who has started the startup company or who has created the venture. So we can come across ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್ನೇ ಹೋಯ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಹಲೋ.
Hello.
I'm trying. ಮತ್ತೆ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾ? Hello.
Yeah, it's showing.
Yeah. Okay. So here is a list of certain small companies which were acquired by bigger companies. So for example, Taxi for Sure was acquired by Ola, and then Twitter acquired Zipdeal. So here is certain instances, and again, it is not a comprehensive list, but certain instances wherein the smaller startup companies were acquired by the bigger companies. So that is the trend we are seeing today. We are witnessing this kind of trend. So quite often, sometimes the startup ventures on their own, they prefer to go for a merger, or they prefer to go for an acquisition, for the reason that they will get substantial financial benefits, and further they don't have any risk of running the business. Sometimes with what money they have got, quite interestingly, they will go for starting another company, and they will try to establish and then try to sell it to a bigger company at a higher rate. This is the trend what we are seeing in Indian entrepreneurs. And then another trend paradigm shift what we can observe is among the entrepreneurs is varied business promotion. So today entrepreneurs have devised different ways of reaching the customers. It is not that they have to go by the conventional method itself. Maybe paper insertion, promotion, different ways of promotion, conventional ways of promotion have changed. So people are extensively using social media marketing as a platform for, so all your Twitter, WhatsApp, they are being extensively, Facebook, they are used for promotion, and quite often it is also helping the entrepreneurs in spreading their, in expanding their market. And then online promotions have become a common thing. You might have observed whenever you want to check your mail, an advertisement will appear there. If you want, if you are interested in the details, you can go through the details. And we have so many user-friendly apps. So there are so many user-friendly apps which are providing services. Best example is your Swiggy. It is a user-friendly app, and whatever you want, you can order and then get it. So these kind of apps have become very common, and business promotion is extensively being done with the help of this online platform. So for today's entrepreneurs, it is not at all difficult to promote the business. Market can be easily expanded if they are good at online promotions. And then another interesting thing what we are finding is multi-sector collaborations. Today, earlier, collaborations and joint ventures were happening between the organizations which were doing similar tasks. But now, the multi-sector collaborations, there is collaboration between one sector and another sector. I can give you the example of mechanical collaboration between mechanical industry and medical industry. During the COVID period, there was a proposal for having low-cost ventilators. So many mechanical industries, there is a lot of difference between the medical industry and mechanical industry in way of their operation. But there was a collaboration between these mechanical industries and medical sectors for manufacturing low-cost ventilators. Of course, we do not know its popularity, but then many startups came, many ventures started with this, and the cost of ventilator was almost 5 lakhs to 7 lakhs. This was quoted by some of the ventures, new ventures. So this is really a curious feature. Like the present entrepreneurship has a trend that any kind of business can collaborate with any other kind of sector and cater to the needs of the customers. So this is an important trend, or we can say this is something which is very interesting what we are noticing among the entrepreneurs. And then cross-country collaborations. So today we find India is a member of WTO. So as many as 165 countries are the members of WTO. So we find that collaborations, mergers, acquisitions, joint ventures, all these are happening between the countries. So we are able to get technology. There is easy technology transfer and movement of labor across the countries, movement of technology, spread of technology across the countries. So all this have become the trend in Indian entrepreneurship in the present scenario. So far we have talked about the scenario. What are the changes? So as I told you earlier, why and what are the changes which have happened. Now based on these trends, we can try to predict, and again future is something which nobody can predict in a perfect manner, but we can try to make an attempt to understand the future of Indian entrepreneurship. So in future, and I think management students are here as audience, right? Yes? Yes or no? We have MBA students here, right?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So today our MBA students are studying, that is those who are studying in conventional universities like maybe VTU, BU, BCU, whatever it is, they are studying entrepreneurship as just one of the subjects, and very few institutions are offering entrepreneurship as one of the electives. But in future days, people may be trained in a systematic manner to become entrepreneurs. What we are studying as one subject today, it may become one discipline as such. So to that extent, importance may be given to entrepreneurs. Like you are trained not to become an employee of an organization. People are trained to become entrepreneurs. So that way, a formal and systematic approach which may be integrated with academics. Today, maybe premier institutes like IIM may be offering entrepreneurship in MBA, but a day may come very shortly that every institute is going to have a course itself on entrepreneurship. That is, people are trained from the beginning how to become entrepreneurs. So that may be the future of entrepreneurship. And then service sectors may predominate. Already we are finding that service sectors are dominating in the economy. They are catering to the needs, varieties of needs of consumers. So they are doing a lot to the contributing a lot to the national income. So this being the scenario, in future further we have service sectors dominating more in the economy. Already we have different kinds of services. So more and more services may be added. Like to make the life of people comfortable, you'll have more and more number of services which are coming to the economy. Already you have today counselor service. So sometimes people are able to, a trivial thing like people are not able to manage their stress. They they consult a psychiatrist or they may consult a counselor. Today, I would like to say this is quite interesting. Premarital counseling agencies have started, which was unheard in the Indian society, because the number of cases of dissolution of marriages, the number of divorces have increased in the society. There's a lot of pressure between the before the Indian courts also to handle these cases. So some agencies have come up for premarital counseling. That is, they try to explain the youngsters about their roles as husband, wife, daughter-in-law, son-in-law, how they have to carry out their obligations in future in their married life too. So to that extent, we have different variety of services. So more and more such kind of services may come up in future, and it may dominate the economy. So probably the future entrepreneurs, most of them, they may be more than dealing with product. The future entrepreneurs will be more of service providers. So this is one future which we can predict based on the present trend. And then we have highly specialized entrepreneurs. So today entrepreneurs, they are not general entrepreneurs, in the sense they are providing specialized products or specialized service. Here I would like to say Tatas, who are known for their corporate social responsibility, they want to come out with a venture. That is, they have named their venture as Goodfellows. It is taken up by one of the employees, senior employees of the Tata Group. The venture is that providing moral support to the old people. So, in quite often we find that in many houses, old people are staying alone. That is, they don't have company. Financially, they may not have any problem, but if their children are settled abroad, they don't have company. They'll be staying alone. So, this the scheme of this Tata Goodfellows is that any counselors, trained counselors who are having a concern, who have empathy towards the old people, they will visit a week, and then they ask them, they talk to them in a friendly manner, they try to find out what are their requirements uh, on a small scale, whatever possible they try to do, like they try to give emotional support to these old people. And for this purpose, Tatas are thinking of recruiting youngsters, young graduates, and then they want to train them psychological, how to uh, deal with the emotions of other people. So this kind of psychological based training will be provided to the employees. That is the venture which they want to start. Probably they have planned to bring the venture to existence by December. Initially, they want to start this service in Mumbai, and then so they are also thinking of giving this service on trial basis, 1 month free, and then they want to charge 5,000 rupees per month. But initially, they want to launch this service in Mumbai, and later they want to stretch it to other parts of the country. So this really speaks out that it may make us feel wonder. For these things also, do we have a service? Do we require a service? So definitely today the human needs have become so complex and so different. There is definitely a need for highly specialized entrepreneurs. So varieties of services, highly specialized services which may come into existence, that would be the future of Indian entrepreneurship. So we have sketched certain trends in entrepreneurship, and based on the trends, we have tried to figure out what would be the future, or what is likely to be the future of Indian entrepreneurship. So thank you for your patient hearing. And then I thank the organizers, the principal of SVCE, and also Professor Samal, head of the Department of MBA, for giving me an opportunity. Thank you, sirs. Now the floor is open for questions.
Questions, Adhika.
Madam, what is your suggestion towards risk takers in the present scenario of after COVID?
Risk takers, I think they have to, again, to what extent they are taking risk, they need to understand. But risk taking is an integral part of entrepreneurship. But then again, risk taking should be calculated risk. So what I suggest is calculated risk post-COVID. We can't still call it post-COVID situation, because COVID is still, ups and downs are there. But then we can find that there is definitely a change in the economy. Everything is almost coming back to normal. And I think now entrepreneurs can take calculated risk. They can resume normalcy, and they can go ahead with the business.
So recently I read an article in Economic Times where it says service sectors in India is growing to a greater height, even though the other countries may undergo recession period, but India will not. So that was the quality.
Recession is predicted in America by the end of this year probably,
Yes,
and
even in
manufacturing sectors.
Even in Germany also they are predicting, but when it comes to the India, there is no chance of going for recessions or anything as such. And India is very sound enough, especially with respect to service industry, as you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
And they are quite doing well.
Yeah, economists say, but we cannot say will not be unaffected. We may be affected, but you know, the severity will not be more. The
Yes.
intensity of recession may not be more for us. Because basically we are also agroeconomy.
Yes,
That is a plus point for us, being agricultural based economy. Whatever comes, agriculture will not be hit. So that is one of the other reasons.
yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Professor Samal, any other question?
Audience, any other questions? No, no. Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for remarkable speech, which is motivating to all the students to become entrepreneur. Now I request my friend Ismail to propose vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all. I'm glad to propose my vote of thanks. I thank our chairman and CED sir for this continuous support in all the programs. Thank you, sir. My sincere thanks to our principal sir to providing support in all the programs, and thank you, sir. On behalf of MBA department, a special thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Sanjay N. ma'am, for accepting our invitation for being with us today. Your thoughts really inspired us. Thank you a lot. Thank you a lot, ma'am. And my heartfelt thanks to our MBA HOD of SVC to organize this webinar. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I also thanks to Dr. Nirmala Gupta, madam, to make program successful. I also thanks all the faculty members and students of MBA SVC to make the event successful. Last but not least, thanks to all the participants who joined with us today in this session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Anand.
Thank you, ma'am, for your.
Thank you, ma'am.
Nicely.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Dr. Sandhya, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
So can we conclude and
Yes, ma'am.
so thank you, MBA department and the entire team. So thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much
Thank you, ma'am.
for your valuable